Good evening, and welcome to episode number 8 of Stop Wasting Money with Ineffective Advertising. I'm Tim Burt from timburtmedia.com, and so glad you could join me tonight because we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and it's probably one of those things that you may not necessarily be a fan of, but I love them, infomercials. And what can you learn if you are an advertiser? What can you learn from infomercials? First off, let's talk about the infomercial industry briefly. The infomercial industry is about a $2 billion a year industry. Yes, that's billion with a B. So when you think, who buys this crap? And why do I see these commercials on TV all the time? Nobody can possibly be buying whatever it is, you know, the slap chop or all those things. Yeah, they are. A $2 billion a year industry. Snuggies, all that stuff. So if it's a $2 billion a year industry, obviously they're doing something right in their commercials, wouldn't you say? So if you break down an infomercial, there are a lot of things that you as an advertiser, a business owner, a client, an ad agency can learn from the model of what infomercials do. In fact, I make all of my interns now, I consider this kind of a homework project for them. I make them watch an infomercial, and I see if they can deduce what the three main things are that make an infomercial so successful. What are those three core elements? And we're going to go over them tonight. So we talk about an infomercial, and I want you to just think of one in your mind, whatever the most recent one is, whatever the first one pops to your mind. If somebody came up to me, excuse me, and said, tell me an infomercial. I'm thinking probably the Slap Chop, ShamWow. Of course, the Snuggie is big. You could go with the oven, you know, the rotisserie oven. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of infomercials. And granted, they're just like regular commercials. Not all of them are great, but the ones that are, the ones that do these things properly, those are the ones that are most successful. Those are the ones that you see the most of on TV. And what are those three things? Well, let's talk about first. Let's boil it back for just a second. Let's pull it back. Remember, the goal of advertising. The goal of advertising is to convince people to buy crap that they don't really need. Right? Does anybody need a Slap Chop, a Snuggie, a ShamWow, think of whatever's out there right now. Do you really need that stuff? Loosely based. Maybe in some instances, yes, but more than likely, 95% or higher of all of those products are wants. They are not needs. It's, wow, that'd be cool to have the Snuggie. It's a blanket with sleeves. Great. What do? All of those products, excuse me, they show you how, by using them, they're going to make your life better, right? And it usually starts off with the formula of, let's take the Snuggie, for instance. Trying to wrap yourself up in a blanket and watch TV and read and all that stuff at the same time is tedious and cumbersome, and just stuff gets in the way. It's usually the commercial. They take the shot that's in black and white and they put a big X through it, right? Sometimes, and then they say, "But with the Snuggie, bring," and it goes to color, and they show the dude wearing the Snuggie, and it's all, you know, look, it's a blanket with sleeves. It's awesome. Why do they do that? They show you how it's going to make your life better, which is rule number 1. Write this down. It pounds the benefits. It absolutely hammers the benefits of what the product will deliver. What will the product do? Well, Snuggie, it's going to keep you warm and you can watch TV and do this with the remote and you don't have to not have your arms covered. Slap Chop, you can chop an onion in 5 seconds. Great. ShamWow cleans up all kinds of crap, right? You can wash it and use it again, throw it in the dryer, whatever the selling point of the ShamWow is, right? So it pounds the benefits, and it does this over and over and over again. Why? Well, very simply, they have a half hour to kill, usually. So they can afford to keep showing you why you should buy that product now. So they pound the benefits. This is how it's going to make your life better. All right, the second thing that that an infomercial... Oh, and let me, before we jump to number two, let me expand on just pounding the benefits for just a second. It also shows you what you probably are using right now and how ineffective it is. So it's the compare and contrast method. If you're using a regular mop, well, you're probably pushing dirty water around on the floor. But with the new super mop, it soaks up everything. Compare and contrast, right? Okay, so explains and pounds the benefits. Just shows you how it's going to make your life better. The second thing that an infomercial does really, 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 really well is a singular call to action. A singular call to action. Now, some infomercials are kind of getting away with this, breaking that rule just a little bit. And by a call to action, what do I mean? Almost every infomercial you're going to see, they have the phone number, and it's at the bottom of the screen the whole time, right? Or about 90% of the time, right? In some instances, when they go to the order form and they say, to order the blah, 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 you can call now or visit our website, which I don't like. Choice delays response. I've heard choice paralyzes response, or some call it paralysis by analysis. So if you're an infomercial seller, I'm betting that your goal is to get the phones to ring, right? So if you want the phones to ring, what are you going to do? You're going to have the phone number up there the entire time, and you're not going to put any other method of entry or method of contact. So when I say a singular call to action, that's what I mean. Have the phone number up. Don't give people another option. This is the only way to order this product. Never mind some you've seen in the stores, you've seen the as seen on TV stores or the kiosks, right? Doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is they want you to call, and they want you to do it, which ties into point number 3, a sense of urgency. They want you to call right now, right? Don't call in 10 minutes. Don't call in 25 minutes. Don't call 2 hours from now after this thing's over and you thought, oh, I should have called. They want you to call right now. It's really that simple. So we talk about the sense of urgency, that singular call to action, and pounding the benefits. If you take those 3 principles and you apply those to your commercial, to your business, to your advertisement, I don't care what it is. Am I saying that's a guaranteed formula for success? No. But what I am saying is it's damn sure going to increase the odds of success exponentially, because that's the simplest way to convey the message, right? Pound the benefits. Here's how this is going to make your life better. That's point number 1. Point number 2, a singular call to action. Excuse me, a singular call to action. Point number 3, a sense of urgency. Okay, those are the 3 main keys as to why the infomercial industry is a $2 billion a year industry. Apply those techniques, apply that formula, if you will, into your advertising, and I guarantee you'll see a bump. I'm not saying it's going to be a little bump, a huge bump. I don't know. You're going to see a bump, though. So remember the 3 things, okay? Pound the benefits, a sense of urgency, and a singular call to action, okay? Have those 3 things. So the next time you watch an infomercial, in fact, I invite you to watch one. Some will say they're a good cure for insomnia. I'm going to disagree with that a little bit. I love them. I love to analyze them and break them down. The next time you see it, see if you spot those things, because that's exactly what they do. They try to rely on they're relying on your sense of urgency, your psychological impulse. Oh my God, I got to have this right now. If you don't, well, they want you to think you're out of luck, even though most of us know you're not going to be out of luck because you're going to see the same infomercial 2 channels down in the next hour, half hour, 2 hours, whatever. So that is the infomercial formula. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can implement that in your advertising. And if you would like me to help you do that, certainly drop me an email. It's right below. See, look at it right there. Right there. timburtmedia@gmail.com. timburtmedia@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, WordPress, and YouTube at Tim Burt Media, TIMBURT Media. Again, emails, if you'd like me to answer a question like I did last week, timburtmedia@gmail.com. I'm Tim Burt from Tim Burt Media, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday night.